Gyokeres confession. Merino's crazy prediction comes true. Get Football Focus exclusive Arsenal breaking news for please subscribe my channel. Viktor Gyokeres has taken his Arsenal career to a new height after his brace against Atletico Madrid. The Swedish striker had been on a lengthy goal drought, out of character for a player of his consistency over the past 2 seasons. However, to step up in the moment and on the biggest of stages will come as both a relief and as encouragement for the short and long-term future. His 5th goal of the season in 12 games for the Gunners stands as better reading, certainly. Speaking to the club's official website after the game, Gyokeres explained his hunger to get more goals, a message that will unquestionably delight supporters and give optimism that there is more to come. It's always amazing to score goals, and to do it here in this competition, it's a great feeling, he said. I'm more hungry now. You always want to contribute with work rate and other stuff, but when you score goals as well, it's a bit special. So that's something I always want to do. Means a lot. They're amazing. I think the group we have and the spirit is something different and something very special. It feels great. We did a lot of things right today, and the performance was amazing. Gyokeres was pushed toward the fans by his teammates to celebrate with them and soak in more of the moment. Merino told reporters on Monday that he saw, as did the team, every day in training just exactly what he is doing, and that it would only be a matter of time until the goals came. It would be fair to say he was right. The shockwave. Gyokeres' latest statement. Gyokeres' recent post-match comments didn't just stir emotion. They sent ripples across the football world. Fans froze as his words hinted at something deeper, something eerily familiar. The moment he uttered them, the parallels to Mikel Merino's months-old prediction became impossible to ignore. Social media exploded, with supporters dissecting every syllable, journalists rushing to interpret the hidden meaning, and pundits replaying his interview frame by frame. The quote that triggered the frenzy wasn't long or dramatic, it was surgical. A few short words that seemed to confirm what Merino had foreseen, that Arsenal's new talisman would redefine the energy and rhythm of English football in ways few imagined possible. The prophecy, Merino's words revisited. Long before Gyokeres joined Arsenal, Merino had spoken in a quiet, confident tone about an unnamed forward he believed could change the way Premier League clubs press, move, and believe. At the time, his words were dismissed as poetic exaggeration. Few noticed how precise his descriptions were, how he spoke of work rate, humility, relentless drive, and the ability to turn a half-chance into a moment of inevitability. Now, after Gyokeres' rise and his latest statement, those very words echo like a fulfilled prophecy. Merino's insight suddenly feels prophetic, like he had glimpsed a future only now unfolding before everyone else's eyes. Connecting the dots, when words become reality. When you line up Merino's prediction and Gyokeres' statement side by side, the connection is undeniable. Both speak to destiny, purpose, and transformation, not just personal ambition. Gyokeres' words seem to reflect an understanding that he's part of something larger, a collective energy that transcends individual form. He doesn't speak like a man overwhelmed by success, he speaks like a man who already knew this was meant to happen. It's as if Merino's faith in football's evolving spirit has found its living embodiment in Gyokeres. Fan reaction, between belief and disbelief. The fan base split immediately. Some called it coincidence, others swore it was fate. Arsenal supporters felt chills, seeing their striker align with a prophecy once brushed aside as myth. Rival fans mocked, but even they couldn't ignore how aligned the narrative had become. Comment threads turned into philosophical debates. Is football now predictable through patterns of energy, confidence, and leadership? Or did Merino simply understand Gyokeres' mentality better than anyone else? Either way, fans felt part of something far bigger than a post-match interview. They were witnessing a story that had been written long before the first whistle. Media frenzy, searching for the hidden meaning. Mainstream outlets rushed to publish explainers, each trying to decode Gyokeres' words. Some framed it as a motivational speech. Others hinted at psychological warfare, perhaps a message to rivals or even a coded response to critics. But as journalists dug deeper, they stumbled upon Merino's earlier interview. The parallels couldn't be ignored. Suddenly, what looked like coincidence evolved into narrative gravity, an unfolding saga where one man's faith in the game's evolution had now materialized through another's rise to stardom. Merino speaks again, clarifying the past. As the noise peaked, Merino himself addressed the situation. Calm as ever, he smiled and said, "I never predicted Gyokeres. I recognized him." That line sent new shockwaves. What did he mean? Was this destiny or simply recognition of greatness in the making? His statement reframed the story, not as prophecy fulfilled, but as intuition meeting reality. Football, it seemed, wasn't about seeing the future, it was about feeling it before others do. Gyokeres' perspective, purpose over popularity. In a rare follow-up interview, Gyokeres reflected on the situation. He said, "I don't think about prophecies, I just play with intent. But when people say things align, maybe that's because we share the same purpose." That phrase, "the same purpose," became the next viral headline. Fans quoted it endlessly. Analysts suggested it revealed Gyokeres' deep connection to football's emotional and spiritual rhythm, something beyond tactics, beyond training, beyond competition. It was the voice of a player who plays not to prove, but to belong. The ripple effect. Arsenal's emotional transformation. Inside the Arsenal camp, teammates spoke about Gyokeres differently. Declan Rice described him as a mirror of belief. Martin Odegaard said he doesn't just lift the ball, he lifts the mood. Suddenly, Merino's prophecy was more than words. It was visible in Arsenal's intensity, movement, and harmony. The dressing room no longer felt like a workplace. It felt like a shared awakening. Gyokeres' statement had not only validated Merino's words, but also unified a squad under one emotional wavelength. Cultural symbolism, football's shift towards meaning. Across football media, analysts began debating whether this moment marked a turning point. Was modern football moving beyond performance metrics and returning to human meaning, to prophecy, intuition, emotional synergy? Gyokeres and Merino became symbols of this new narrative, proof that modern football's next evolution isn't technological, but spiritual. It's about players who understand energy, purpose, and destiny as deeply as they understand positioning and pace. The aftermath, prophecy fulfilled or coincidence eternal. Weeks later, as the noise faded, the question remained, was this prophecy fulfilled or an extraordinary coincidence? The answer might not matter. What matters is how it made fans feel, connected, curious, awake to the hidden poetry of the game. Gyokeres didn't just speak, he reminded the football world that words can move time, and belief can make myths real. Merino, in turn, became a quiet witness to his own foresight coming alive. Together, they've created a chapter that blurs the line between football and fate.